The term HAES, standing for Health at Every Size, body acceptance, and body positivity, are terms that you probably hear pretty often these days. There is a lot of controversy surrounding them, and it's really upsetting because a lot of where this stemmed from was from a really, really great place of trying to bring people together and make people also feel positive about their bodies no matter what, which is a really great concept. However, unfortunately, in our society, we tend to go to extremes, and extremes tend to divide as opposed to bring people together. So I really was hoping to use this video as a way to bring clarity to all of these subjects and to hopefully make a little bit more of a bridge to bridge the divide that we're seeing on these regarding these topics. First, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie. I'm Long Island's eating disorder specialist. I post on this channel 3 times a week all about eating disorders, body image issues, and general mental health. So if any of that interests you, please click the subscribe button down below. Also, I have a weekly blog and an Instagram. If you are interested in checking those out, please feel free to do so. I will leave those links in the description below. And of course, if you like this video at the end, please consider giving it a thumbs up. I would super greatly appreciate it. First, we really need to talk about what these concepts are. So I want to start with HAES. Again, that's health at every size. This really stemmed from a great place and a great idea. However, it went to the extreme. What happens is that with anything, extremes tend to not be so great. And in terms of health at every size, we really do have to be realistic and acknowledge that there are certain weights on either end of the extreme where it is no longer healthy. And health at every size, I would really, if I could replace it, I would say health at many sizes. I think that, or I believe that there is a wide range of healthy, much more and much larger than what a lot of doctors will say, or a lot of people, in society tend to say. We like to go by the BMI scale, which I have a lot of problems with. The BMI scale is a really, really outdated measure, and it really just does not account for a lot of factors. For instance, it has nothing to do, and it does not calculate muscle size. So if a person who is just very muscular were to get a BMI measurement, they might be very well considered either overweight or possibly leaning toward obesity, which I think is very unfair. The categorizations of the BMI scale, again, I think it does more detriment than anything. So what I would say is that, and I truly believe this, is that there is a wide range of healthy. We need to take into account that, let's say, if we all just normalized our relationship with food and we did the same exact things, our bodies would lay in different places. Our bodies would turn up very differently. So my body would look very differently than yours, which would look very differently from your neighbors, and so on and so forth. And the reason for that is that we may all be very healthy. However, our bodies genetically are very different, our bodies culturally are very different, and that's totally okay. So we have a wide range of health, a wide range of weights that are healthy, and we have to acknowledge that. So health at many sizes is absolutely true. However, people who are super underweight and people who are super overweight, mostly or obese or morbidly obese, considered by doctors at least, they are not so healthy, and we need to be honest about that. And that's not to say, and that's what brings me to my next point, that is not to say that they can't be positive about their bodies. It is not to say that they can't accept their bodies. To each one's own. My opinion of someone else's health is irrelevant to them, and someone else's opinion on my health is irrelevant to me. We can acknowledge that maybe things that are not healthy, and that it just has nothing to do with us, and we need to acknowledge that and accept that. I know there's so much controversy around the plus size model, as she was referred to, of the big advocate of body positivity, Tess Holliday. There's a lot of people that want to say that she just, asserts that it's good and it's important, or I don't even know, okay to be the size that she's at. And while I don't know her health, and I cannot say I do believe that she probably wouldn't be construed as the most healthiest person, but there's absolutely nothing to say that she shouldn't be body positive. It's very two different things. That is her choice. Whatever she's doing to her body is her choice. It's between her and herself. And while that might not be the healthiest thing for her, that is not neither my business, neither your business, neither any other person in the world's business besides Tess Holliday. And that's where we need to separate it. At some point, the health at every size, or the HAES movement, the body acceptance idea and body positivity all got tangled up and jumbled up. And I think that that's really where the problem comes in and where the divide starts to come in. People are assuming that people who just want to be body positive, regardless of the size that they're at, they are asserting that they are, the most healthiest and that everyone should look like them. We all are individuals. We all have free will. We can look however the hell we want, and it's no one else's business, and that's okay. Doesn't mean that we're the healthiest. Does not have to mean that we're the healthiest. But again, that is a matter of your own choice. So you could be any size and you could have any amount of weight on you and still be body positive, and that's totally cool, and you should be. And that is something that we need to understand as a society. They are different, but everyone is entitled to feeling good about their bodies, and everyone should feel good about their bodies in an ideal world, regardless of size. I know I mentioned body acceptance a few times in this video, but I haven't really delved into it yet. So body acceptance, to me, what I would say it means is not only accepting our own bodies and just being tolerant of that, but also accepting others and being tolerant of their bodies. Because as I said before, no one else's body has anything to do with you, as well as the other way around. Your body has nothing to do with anyone else. And where we need to stop, dividing, it's not a matter of body positivity should be about everyone encouraging people to feel good about their bodies. It should not be a matter of intolerance in any way, shape, or form. It's not about that. We need to learn as a society that even though a person may not fit your view of health, or even though a person may not fit your view of beauty, does not mean that you can't tolerate them. And that's where we need to get to. We need to learn tolerance for each other. One of my favorite mottos that I live by, and that I think a lot of people can benefit by, is live and let live. Again, we are all just on this earth. We are all doing our thing, and that's just where we need to stay. Just stay in our lane. If people maybe don't fit exactly what you think they should, that has nothing to do with you. It's really none of your business, as well as it's none of my business. So I'm hoping that what we can do is start to, one, separate these concepts, but also just bring about tolerance for each other. Let live and let live. Allow people to feel confident and happy with where they are, even if it doesn't mean that you would feel happy and confident where they are for yourself. It's irrelevant. You are an individual, as well as Tess Holliday is an individual, as well as anyone else. They are an individual, and they shouldn't live to please anyone else, and you shouldn't live to please anyone else as well. I know there was a lot going on in this video and a lot of things I kind of threw out there. I hope that you are able to make sense of it all. I know it was kind of maybe perhaps all over the place. There's a lot that I have to say on these topics, and they keep coming up, and it's just something that I feel very passionate about, hoping that I can be part of the change and bringing people together, as opposed to having these movements divide people and be so controversial, because I really want to get back to where they were all originated from, which is really just a matter of being tolerant of each other, tolerant of ourselves, and accepting ourselves and loving ourselves, because that's what we should be able to do. So we need to learn tolerance for others. We need to live and let live, and that's really what it comes down to. I'm really eager to hear your thoughts on the matter. If you have any thoughts on any of these movements, or just anything on what I had to say, because I think it's really a conversation that we need to be having, and I'm hoping that on my channel I could continue having this conversation, because as I said, there's a lot that pops into my mind that I think is really important to talk about, and I hope that I can share that with more people. You could click on my face over here to subscribe to my channel, and I wish you tolerance, body acceptance, and body love on your journey to finding your state of balance, and I hope to see you in my next video.